they indeed found something not right in my blood test. Will I be changing my treatment now, like my Ocrevus, I suppose, stem cell treatment, and I would have to travel a bit for that.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I've just posted my video and I received a question that I wanted to address before I forget. It was a really good question, and somebody asked me, will I be changing my treatment now, like my Ocrevus, I suppose, after the last episode? And by now I don't have a clear answer, because when I saw my neurologist a few days ago, he told me that he still wants to get another MRI because my symptoms and my MRI that they did when I was admitted are not adding up, and he's not happy with making a decision yet. So he has now decided that he wants me to do some further testing to rule out some other autoimmune illnesses and conditions, and perhaps other illnesses, before he makes that decision. And then as well he wants me to, like I said, do the MRI and that kind of thing before he makes a decision on that. But I thought it was a really good question and I wanted to address it. Good morning friends, it's Wednesday and I'm heading off to see my neurologist, and as always I'm nervous. Like, it never gets old. Like, every time I have to go in and do something, whether that's a blood test or I have to see my neurologist or I get an MRI, I'm always very, very anxious. I'm very nervous, and that's just my personality. I'm gonna go and take my supplements now. I've started taking this new supplement. It's supposed to alleviate stress, and it has ashwagandha and other things in it. Recently purchased it, so I don't have a report to give, but I'm gonna take one now just before going, so hopefully that will calm my nerves a little bit. But yeah, I have a long list of questions and I'm hoping to get some kind of answer today. Not everything, because I haven't done all the tests, but at least the results of the blood test. So I'll update you guys as I'm going out of there, and we'll see what happens today. I'm back from my neurologist appointment, and I did get some answers, or I did get some information, but not so much answers. So they had me do this huge blood test to look for indicators that I might have another autoimmune disease and that kind of thing. And the tests came back with some elevated levels of a few things, and my neurologist went and he spoke to one of his colleagues, and they said that those specific levels usually, so these tests were done when I was still on corticosteroids, and he said to me that maybe the levels are high because you were on treatment, but I'll check with my colleagues. And they said that when you are on steroids or corticosteroids, those levels normally goes down. So the fact that my levels were high still while on steroids was an indication that that was out of the norm, and that perhaps my levels normally are even more high of this specific thing. Oh yeah, fresh from a siesta, I feel not so good. Anywho, as promised, I wanted to give you guys an update from my doctor's appointment, and we got some results back from my blood test, and they indeed found something not right in my blood test. He could not confirm exactly, but he said that there was a few levels that were significantly higher than they should be. So he ended up going and seeing one of the doctors in the room next door. I think they are rheumatologists, and he asked them about these levels, and they said that if they are higher than normal, that's an indication of a specific illness. And then, because I was on treatment while I was doing the test, like I was taking my steroids, my corticosteroids, and they said when you're taking those, normally those levels go down. So if my levels were still high, that means that they would have been even higher if I were not on the corticosteroids. So next step is that my neurologist is now referring me to the rheumatology department, and they have to do some tests and see what's going on there. But he did mention an illness that also is autoimmune, but I could not understand what he meant, and I felt a bit overwhelmed. And he said, why don't you just wait until you have seen them and they can explain to you. But he's keeping me on Ocrevus for now. He has scheduled me for the Ocrevus infusion in September, so I will be going in on the 27th to have my next infusion, and then before then I should have done more tests. But he did also mention that he did say that the next step for me would then be like stem cell treatment, and I would have to travel a bit for that. So we'll see what happens next, but it's quite a big update, but no real answers yet. But they are suspecting that I in fact have something more. So we shall see what happens next. But as promised, this is my little update, and if you are not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that so you are in the know for when any other news comes in. But I usually post every Monday, and yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I'm just kind of like in between. I feel like I'm in limbo, but I wanted to give you guys an update. So thank you for watching today, friends, and I see you guys in my next video. Much love. Bye.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell.